Okay, so this is day 3 with Spike. We're about an hour into our third session here. And what I'd like to show you this afternoon is an exercise that we call progressive desensitization through movement. So this task is kind of a variation on something I learned from one of my mentors. And I'm going to show it to you today. Some prerequisites for this task would be you'd want to get to where you can leg yield your horse very effectively, leg yield your horse down the rail, leg yield your horse away from you on a circle, and then later on you leg yield your horse around these cones that we've got set up here. We've got 4 little cones, and you're going to be leg yielding your horse around these cones. So the idea is that rather than sacking your horse out while they're standing still, it's important that you can be able to touch your horse all over and they don't move anywhere with your flag and your tools and your hands and all that kind of thing, to make sure your horse is gentle. But to really get to where your horse is confident with this scary stimulus, you're going to want to get to where your horse can move away from this pressure without panicking, without overreacting, to where they can think their way through the whole process. So I'm going to start off showing you the leg yielding, and then we're going to go into the flagging out process, or the progressive desensitization through movement. So as you can see, the key to this task, or the key elements here, are to be able to get to where you can move your horse very effectively and direct each one of these body parts. So whether you're leg yielding your horse along the rail, or around in a circle, or around these cones here, you're going to be able to move left and right to sort of rearrange the life in your horse's body, to sort of drive the horse forward or block. So you really need to have this control of your horse's body parts. After that, you can help them overcome any one of these scary objects. Alright, so it is day 4 working with Spike here. We're about half an hour, 45 minutes into our 4th session, and I'm going to show you an exercise here with the tarp. For this exercise you're going to need about a 6x6 foot tarp. I've got about a 20-foot rope here. This is my ring rope, so I've got a steel ring at the end here. And some of you have seen the exercise where I sort of have tarps sort of draped off the horse, and the horse can get used to that motion and that noise, things flapping in the wind as they go by. So I'm going to show you an exercise that you can do with your horse to build yourself up to that. But first you're going to make sure that your horse is completely sacked out to this tarp. So make sure you can brush them all over, make sure you can flap it around, and you can sack the horse out. So for this next step, what I'll do, get my ring rope ready to go. I'm just going to take a corner of this tarp here. This is an old tarp that's kind of worn out. Used it a lot. So just take a corner of this tarp, and just like you go and tie a rope halter, just tie a little sheet bend knot just to kind of secure that in place. There we go. So that'll kind of look like that. Good. Then what you'll do, you'll drape this rope over your horn, and you'll let this tarp get dragged behind the horse, and then slowly you're going to work that tarp up a little closer, until that tarp's just draped off that horse, flapping in the wind. Okay. Okay, so that's how that's done. You'll go ahead and repeat that on both sides. Really take your time with that exercise, kind of build yourself up to that. Make sure you get your flag work really solid. Now, there's no sense going on to something like this if your flag work needs some attention. So this is something I might do to get my horse prepared to go on a trail ride. You never know what you're going to encounter out there. There could be something that bothers the horse, something that's flopping in the wind. Those are things that you cannot control. So you might as well prepare the horse here in an environment where you can sort of control these different stimuli. Okay, now we're going to take it to the next level.